Good morning. How are you? This is the second attempt at this live stream for today. My first attempt, I didn't realize my microphone wasn't on. Sorry about that. So today, welcome. Oh, first of all, hope all of you are having a great Thanksgiving weekend. And I certainly did. My family went down to the Victorville to the Cracker Barrel, and we ate Thanksgiving dinner there, or empty nesters. So, yeah, and that's where I bought my new hat. It's the Raiders of the Lost Ark hat. So, since I'm doing kind of archaeology and history and in ancient times, I thought that it was appropriate. So, hope you like it. So today we're going to be talking about the Temple of Saturn. It's on the western end of the Roman Forum. So again, welcome to the Portal Podcast. I'm Bob Colbert, your host. So let's go ahead and do the video for today.
The building was constructed in opus caementicium, and originally covered with slags of tuff which were later removed. According to ancient sources, the temple had a single central stairway to access the podium, but excavations have identified two side stairs. The Temple of Saturn was an ancient Roman temple to the god Saturn. Its ruins stand at the foot of the Capitoline Hill at the western end of the Roman Forum. The original dedication of the temple is traditionally dated to 497 BC, but ancient writers disagree greatly about the history of this site. Construction of the temple is thought to have begun in the later years of the Roman kingdom, under Tarquinius Superbus. Its inauguration by the consul Titus Lartius took place in the early years of the Republic. The temple was complete.
Okay, well, welcome back. Just a second. I've got to pull up something. Oh my goodness. I am having a time today, so sorry about this. So, my reading material. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was going to be such a challenge today. All right, so today we're doing the Temple of Saturn. So if you want to follow along, I'm using the Wikipedia as my reference source. And I'm trying to get everything organized. So let's talk about, if you'll notice in the picture to the right, this is what remains of the Temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum. The Temple of Saturn was an ancient temple in ancient Rome, dedicated to the god Saturn in Rome, Italy, of course. Its ruins stand at the foot of the Capitoline Hill at the western end of the Roman Empire. The Roman Forum. The original dedication of the temple is traditionally dated to 497 BC, but ancient writers disagree greatly about the history of this temple site. Construction of the temple is thought to have begun in the latter years of the Roman kingdom under Tarquinius Superbus. Its inauguration by the consul Titus Lartius took place in the early years of the Republic, making it the oldest Republican temple after the Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus. The altar of Saturn, which stood in front of the temple, is thought to have been much older and was associated with Saturn's founding of the city on the Capitoline Hill. The temple was completely reconstructed by Munitius Plancus in 42 BC. The present ruins present the third phase of the Temple Saturn, which was built after a fire that occurred in 360 AD. The extant inscription on the frieze A frieze is usually a description on top of the template. It commemorated the restoration undertaken after the fire. This later 4th century rebuilding reflected pagan revivalism during this time period. The temple would have been closed during the persecution of the pagans in the late Roman Empire. In Roman mythology, Saturn ruled during the Golden Age, and he continued to be associated with wealth. His temple housed the treasury, the aearium, where the Roman Republic reserves of gold and silver were typically stored, the state archives and the insignia, and the official scale for the weighing of the metals were also housed there. Later, the aearium was moved to another building, and the archives were transferred to a nearby tabularium. The temple's podium, constructed out of concrete covered with travertine, was used for posting bills. As far as the architecture of the temple, collapse has left little standing but the remains of the front porch. The partially preserved pediment displays the inscription Senatus Populusque Romanus, which means the Senate and people of Rome restored the temple consumed by fire. The pediment and 8 surviving columns represents one of the iconic images of the Romans' ancient architectural heritage. Except for the iconic column capitals carved in the late antique style, all of the materials remaining were taken from other buildings. Examples of the spolia used to construct the Temple of Saturn included Egyptian granite column shafts and a late Republican Anthicus frieze. Based on other cult images of Saturn, the statue of the god in the interior was veiled and equipped with a skeith. The image was made of wood and filled with oil. The legs were covered with bands of wool, which were removed only on December 17th, the day of Saturnalia. Saturn. On this feast day, slaves were allowed temporary freedom and family members exchanged goods. Again, the reference that I used was the Wikipedia, Temple of Saturn. So today will be a short broadcast because it's Thanksgiving mainly, and it was kind of a short video. So what I'll do is show the video again, and let's catch you on the other side.
The building was constructed in opus caementicium and originally covered with slags of tuff which were later removed. According to ancient sources, the temple had a single central stairway to access the podium, but excavations have identified 2 side stairs. The Temple of Saturn was an ancient Roman temple to the god Saturn. Its ruins stand at the foot of the Capitoline Hill at the western end of the Roman Forum. The original dedication of the temple is traditionally dated to 497 BC, but ancient writers disagree greatly about the history of this site. Construction of the temple is thought to have begun in the later years of the Roman kingdom, under Tarquinius Superbus. Its inauguration by the consul Titus Lartius took place in the early years of the Republic. The temple was complete.
All righty. At 10 o'clock today, Pacific Standard Time, please join us for the Table Talk with Bob Colbert. Of course, I'm the host there. Today we'll be talking about Dolly Parton. She did the halftime show at the Dallas Cowboys game with Washington, and she killed it. It was great. So please join us. I'll show a clip of that. And so wherever you are, I hope that you and your family are enjoying Thanksgiving. I certainly have had a good time. Again, we went to the Cracker Barrel in Victorville, California, and enjoyed Thanksgiving there. We're empty nesters, so we didn't really want to cook ourselves. Just for the two of us, we decided to go there. I purchased this as a hat. It's the Raiders of the Lost Ark hat, Indiana Jones. So I thought it was fitting for this type of podcast. So hope you like it. I did. So wherever you are, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's a beautiful Saturday. Enjoy football games. It's beautiful here in Los Angeles. And so I'll keep it short today. And again, join us at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for the Tabletop Podcast. The topic is Dolly Parton. Y'all take care, my friends.
What you do, you into me, but I can't let it go so easily until I see what it could be eternity or just a week. But you know our chemistry is off the chain. It's perfect now, but will it change? This ain't a yes, this ain't a no. Just do your thing, we'll see how it goes.